expert Caleb here with Fantasy Tomorrow, coming at you for Week 9. And in this video, we are talking trades. We all know that's an essential part of fantasy football, so we're here to let you know who you should be looking to target in trades and who you should probably go on ahead and get rid of, if you know what we mean. So Caleb, who are some good players to target in Week 9?
So some good players that you should be trading for. My favorite one to try to trade for right now is Kareem Hunt. He's, of course, a running back for the Cleveland Browns. And he had a really rough game this past week going up against the Raiders, a game in which he likely should have performed much better than he did. But he just didn't. He didn't have a good game. So I'm sure that his owner in your league is probably kind of down on him right now. He hasn't been performing as expected or as good as he was before. But I think that he's going to rebound and going to continue to run the ball really, really well. Now, throw that in with the idea that Nick Chubb is going to be coming back somewhat soon, and that might be scaring Kareem Hunt owners off a little bit more. But you have to remember that Hunt was producing just as well as he is now as when Chubb was on the field with him. So no matter whether Chubb is back or not, Hunt is a valuable asset to have on your team. He's a borderline running back one no matter what. So go and target Kareem Hunt and buy him while his value is low. You can also go out and try to buy Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now. Now, his value is kind of down because he didn't have a good game against the Jets, and a game in which he probably should have ran really well. Throw that in with the acquisition of Le'Veon Bell for the Chiefs, and then now he's splitting touches a little bit more than what was expected at the beginning of the year. So his owners might be a little bit disappointed in his production, but Edwards-Helaire has the talent to absolutely be a fantasy monster, regardless of whether Le'Veon Bell is in the backfield with him or not. So if you can go and get Clyde Edwards-Helaire at a discount, you absolutely should. Now, Darren Waller is a tight end who did not have a good Week 8. Now, he was very limited in the passing game, but you have to realize that they were playing that game in Cleveland, basically in the middle of a winter hurricane coming off of the lake. So it wasn't good conditions. It was definitely not ideal for passing the ball, and Waller is going to rebound. So if his owner is disappointed and his performance is maybe down on him, absolutely take advantage of that. Go and get yourself a stud tight end that you can start each and every week. Now, Deandre Swift is another player that had a bad Week 8. In fact, the Lions just weren't able to get anything going on the ground against the Colts. But remember, we actually told you this last week on Fantasy Tomorrow. I said that Deandre Swift is not going to be able to produce against the Colts rush defense. And that's not an indictment on Swift at all. Swift is exceptionally talented. He's a great player, and he's by far the best running back for the Detroit Lions. He's going to see a lot of work going forward. So if you can go and buy Deandre Swift right now, you absolutely should. And then the last player I think you should go out and buy is Phillip Lindsay, running back for the Denver Broncos. I think that he is by far the best back for the Broncos. I think he's better than Melvin Gordon. I think he's going to continue as he gets healthier to take carries away from Melvin Gordon and see an increased role in the Denver Broncos offense. I think they're better with him out there on the field. So I think that if you can go and get Lindsay at a discounted price right now, you absolutely should, because I only think his value is going to rise as the season goes on.
Okay, guys, so there are some players you should be targeting. Caleb, what players should we feel maybe okay with trading away going into Week 9?
So one player who had a good Week 8 but just has not produced very good this year is Cooper Kupp. Now, he's a player, he's a wide receiver for the LA Rams, but he just has not been what you likely expected going into this year. And I think that coming off of that big performance that he had against the Dolphins, you should be able to trade him away at a pretty decent price. But just know that a lot of those points that he got were actually obtained during garbage time, which means that you can't rely on that same production each and every week, because I don't think that the Rams are just going to be constantly trailing in games like they were against the Dolphins. So trade Kupp now while his value has rose a little bit. Another wide receiver that you can trade away is Mike Evans, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I need to preface this by saying that we're filming this before the Monday night game against the Buccaneers and the Giants, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen. I expect Mike Evans to actually have a big game, and that's kind of why I'm saying this. Mike Evans has not seen a large target share for the Buccaneers this year. In fact, while Chris Godwin and Rob Gronkowski and Scotty Miller have all been on the field, they've all been getting more targets than Mike Evans. And now you're going to add Antonio Brown into the mix as well, and it's just not good for Evans and what he's going to be able to produce. So I think Evans is likely going to have a big game against the Giants. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but I think he's going to. And coming off of a big performance like that, I think you should be able to sell Evans at a high price and be able to get a decent return for him. And then the last player I'll mention is Jerick McKinnon, running back for the 49ers. Now, he's scored a lot of fantasy points, especially early in the season. But right now, he's splitting touches with Jermichael Hasty. He's also going to end up splitting touches with Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson and Tevin Coleman once all of those players come back from injury. So it's just a very crowded backfield. And I just think that you could probably sell McKinnon right now for a decent price while his value is still relatively high. Because once all of these running backs start coming back and getting healthy, it's just you're not going to know which one to start. And McKinnon's going to absolutely lose his value. So sell him now while you still can.
Okay, guys, so go out there, follow our advice, execute some trades. It's really going to help you win your league. And you know what? While you're doing that, maybe like, comment, and subscribe to this video on our channel as well. Or go follow us on our social medias. We love it all. We're going to say bye to Caleb. See you later, alligator. And I'm going to throw a recap up here for you. My name's Jaden. This is Fantasy Tomorrow, where we're giving you the information to learn today and win tomorrow. See you guys for week 10.